Hey, Noctis, want to learn about nuclear chemistry? Nuclear chemistry is a subcategory of chemistry. It involves the study of radioactive elements and their effects on other substances or life.
For an element to be radioactive, it must have enough neutrons to make the nuclei unstable. This will cause the substance to decay and emit up to 3 different radioactive particles until it becomes stable again.
This process is known as radioactive or nuclear decay. The two terms are interchangeable.
An example of a radioactive isotope would be tritium. It is an unstable isotope that derives from hydrogen. It is radioactive because it has 1 proton and 2 neutrons.
When a radioactive element begins to decay, it can release 3 different types of particles. These particles are alpha, beta, and gamma.
Alpha decay occurs when an atomic nucleus ejects an alpha particle. This process reduces the mass number of the original nucleus by 4 and the atomic number by 2. Alpha decay is the most common of the 3 and is utilized for items such as smoke detectors, cardiac pacemakers, and even treatment for bone cancer.
An alpha particle has low penetrating power, meaning exposure to this particle only poses a threat if the particle is ingested. Beta decay is unique in that it possesses 2 different forms, beta plus and beta minus decay. Beta plus decay releases a positron and a neutrino, decreasing the nucleus's atomic number by 1. Beta minus decay releases an electron and antineutrino, increasing the nucleus's atomic number by 1.
Beta particles pose a significantly stronger penetrating force, but the effects of exposure are less severe. Whereas alpha particles could not even penetrate the skin, beta particles must be stopped using something stronger, like clothing or aluminum.
Gamma decay releases the most powerful of radioactive particles, that being the gamma ray. It boasts the smallest wavelength on the electromagnetic spectrum, meaning the only substances that can properly shield themselves are ones of immense density, such as lead or concrete.
Exposure to gamma radiation is exceptionally hazardous without the proper protection, and can significantly increase one's risk of cancer due to the sheer amount of damage it can do to a person's DNA. The most iconic example of gamma radiation can be found in the atomic bomb.
Fission is the process of creating energy by slamming one neutron into a larger atom and forcing it to split into smaller atoms, which are known as fission products. When first discovered, uranium produced products that weighed less than the original amount. It was concluded that the mass that had disappeared was turned into energy, and that energy could be utilized for heat.
Fusion is the process of creating energy through 2 lighter nuclei merging to form a single heavier nucleus. This nucleus is lighter than the 2 original nuclei combined, so the excess mass that is not a part of the heavier nucleus is turned into energy.
One example of this process is the fusion of 2 hydrogen isotopes, one of them being deuterium and the other being tritium. These 2 combine to form a nucleus of helium and excess hydrogen that turns into energy.
The sun undergoes fusion every second of our lives, fusing particles of hydrogen to form helium and heat.
A star does have the potential to produce elements much heavier than helium, although it would take a catastrophic event like a supernova to do so. This is not good. This is absolutely bad.
Dad, what the heck?
Oh no. Oh my goodness!
That's not good.
It followed from the special theory of relativity that mass and energy are but different manifestations of the same thing, a somewhat unfamiliar conception for the average mind. Furthermore, the equation E is equal mc squared, in which energy is thought equal to mass multiplied with the square of the velocity of light, showed that very small amount of mass may be converted into a very large amount of energy, and vice versa. The mass and energy were in fact equivalent, according to the formula mentioned above. This was demonstrated by Kokra and Bolton in 1932 experimentally.
Nuclear fission is solely responsible for 20% of the United States electricity. Through this process, the heat generator from fission boils water to produce steam. Said steam is used to power turbines that ultimately produce an immense amount of electricity.
While nuclear power plants do their job very efficiently, no pro is without its con. Nuclear power plants produce an enormous amount of highly toxic waste. Currently, there is no known method to properly dispose of or utilize it, so the waste is stored in barrels within designated facilities. Needless to say that this is a far from permanent or efficient solution, so hopefully a better method is discovered soon.
Nuclear fission is thousands of times more effective at producing power than fossil fuel, and nuclear fusion is 3 to 4 times better than fission. Unfortunately, the technology required to harness that energy is relatively new.
Fusion reactors can reach extreme temperatures. These fusion reactors have the potential to heat up to almost 10 times hotter than the center of the sun itself. To create energy, these reactors heat up 2 isotopes, mainly 2 different hydrogen isotopes called deuterium and tritium, and combine them to make helium. There's excess mass, and that will become energy.
The pressure is so immense when the hydrogen becomes plasma that it's almost incomprehensible. For reference, the average tire pressure is roughly 32 to 35 psi. The deepest part of the Mariana Trench exceeds 16,000 psi. To make genuine diamonds, you need around 725,000 psi.
The pressure in one of these reactors can get up to 100 terapascals. That is roughly 14.5 billion psi. The core of the Earth itself averages at around 345 gigapascals, or 50 million psi. Hey Noctis, want to learn about nuclear chemistry? Oh that peaked so hard. I can't use that. I gotta. Yeah.
Exposure to gamma radiation. Exposure to gamma radiation is exceptionally hazardous without the proper protection and. Huh? That's not good. Oh no. Oh goodness me, that's, oh great heavens, oh dear, oh golly, oh that's that cannot be healthy. That's not healthy. Through this process, the heat generated from fission, fission? Okay. The sun undergoes fusion the sun, bro, suck my nuts. Boils water to produce steam. Said steam is used to power turbines that ultimately produce. Whoa.
Gamma decay releases the most powerful of radioactive particles, that being the Do I keep on saying gamma ray at the beginning? Oh no. Oh my goodness. Oh, it's so. Oh my. Oh no, you can't. Oh.
Dude, what the heck?
Yeah. What? Yes, ma'am. Okay. Love you too. That timing could not have been worse.